Hello everyone, this is JJ again for the part 2 of the introduction of the first look in the editor. Didn't quite say bye last time I finished my video. That's because we're not done at all. As my teacher said, you have to do something 7 times before you can say that you know how to do it. And here we go, part 2. Here's your physics editor just like last time. While we go inside there's 4 files that we'll be looking at. Chassis, engine, garage, and wheel. Copy those into a new folder just in case, you could mess around with these files without caring. Open up the engine file. The program I use to open up the files is OpenOffice. It's just like Microsoft Office, besides it's free. The way to do it is you need to uncheck all the fields right here besides comma. These are comma separated values, as you can see right here, separated by comma, and that will give you this beautiful diagram that we saw last time. Just in case any of you had trouble opening it or whatever, this is how you do it. Just like yesterday, the engines still have their ID numbers. You cannot change them. Each engine is assigned to a physics, which we colored last time as well, and I hope this will be the official physics editor colors or whatever for now, because I'm really used to them. And cop is gonna go blue again, GNS with orange, yellow for trucks, and PTA with purple. So these are 4 basic physics that we could see. Next fields are chassis, and mainly in this video I want to talk about chassis. We're probably not gonna have time to go any farther than that. In the game there's 5 chassis that you could use. Actually there's 6, but for now let's just talk about the first 5. Number 5 chassis, right here, you can see it right there. It's not used in game by default. It's the unrestricted super speedway chassis. For all of you that didn't know what that meant, I don't know what you're doing watching these videos. For those of you that know what's the unrestricted super speedway chassis would be like, this is what it is. Normally when you start off on Daytona track, you would use chassis number 1. That's the restricted plate chassis. It has the restrictor plate on the carburetor, I think, so it doesn't produce as much horsepower, so people don't kill themselves in real life racing on tracks like that going way too fast. However, if you want to try the other chassis number 5, there's an easy way to do it. I'll show it to you at the end of the video. Most of you probably already know how to do it, but anyway, stay tuned and I'll show you how to try out any chassis on any track. Pretty much is gonna work. The game is made that it really doesn't care. You could try to choose any chassis and it's a go anytime. Number 2 is the speedway chassis. That's your most basic 1.5 mile speedway chassis. Most of the NASCAR schedule is ran on 1.5 mile speedways. I believe, I might be wrong, but this is your regular season, most of the races, chassis number 2. Number 3 is the short track chassis, which is for tracks like Bristol and all the other little half-mile circles. I don't know a whole lot about that one, but it is what it is. Number 4 chassis is the road course racing chassis for tracks like Willow Glen and what's the other one, Infineon, and pretty much any other road course track that you're gonna download off the internet. Very easy to remember. Let me go forward to the chassis section real quick, show you what I mean. Don't get scared, whoa, because it's a whole lot more complicated, but we're not here yet. We're not even thinking about that yet. That's for later. But right here you could see 4 fields, 20 through 23. This is your tire selection. Each chassis has its own tire selection, and each tire has its own number, just like the engine. Tire number 2, tire number 3, and so on. Right here you could see Cup chassis number 4, that's the road racing one, has all 4 tires of the same kind. Tire number 8 on all 4 corners, so it is very easy to remember. Chassis number 4, road racing, all 4 tires equal on all 4 corners. That's where chassis number 4. That's the one that I'm mostly messing with, because I hope this would be the most symmetrical one in game. For now, let's close the chassis part of it. Whew, be done with it. Now the only other chassis that I have to mention is chassis number 0. Right here, you can see it. It's not included on any track. The game doesn't use it on default. More to this, if you look carefully, which we're gonna do in other videos, this is not even a NASCAR engine or a NASCAR chassis, really. Right here, right off the bat, the only thing I'm gonna show you, cylinder displacement, that's your engine size. Here we got our 358 engines. That's 5.9 liter, whatever the NASCAR used in 2003, that's the engine size. But right here, for chassis 0, we have a big block 450, damn it. Big block 450 right here. And all the other chassis 0 also have that. I'll go through the engine profile in the next video and you will see the differences between the special, I call it a special chassis 0 because it's really special. And yeah, believe me. Ooh. Alright, we're almost done with the video. Chassis number 0. If you want to try that one out, you might as well. I'll show you how to do it right now. So we have 6 chassis, 2 hidden ones, 4 regular ones. As you can see on other physics, chassis, whoa, hang on. Yeah, CTS and PTA, another thing I want to mention, do not use restrictor plates for their super speedways. As you can see, they have one engine for chassis 1 and 5 in the same column. That means all of them use the same engine. They do not use restrictor plates. However, GNS, that's Busch Series, and regular NASCAR, they use the restrictor plate engines separately from the other ones, as you could see right here, these two. Alright, now let me show you how to flip-flop the engines into the chassis to the track folders, so you could try out any chassis on any track. For that, you will have to go to My Computer, Local Disk C, Papyrus, or wherever you installed your NASCAR at. Go to your tracks folder. This will be your tracks. Choose any track that you're gonna drive on, doesn't matter. Let's go California. And then look for a file named track.ini. It's a text file with a bunch of settings. Open that file. Let me enlarge it just a little bit. And right there, almost at the top, you will see chassis type. Right there. Very easy to see. Chassis type number 2. That means this is a regular speedway chassis that we're trying on this track. Simply change this thing to, let's say, our big block 450 that I mentioned. Chassis type number 0. Save the file. And that is it. Next time you go into the game, hang on. Let's go testing. You're not gonna see much difference, but you have to select the track that you just opened, which is California. Continue, and then when this loading data happens, that's when the game chooses the chassis that you just told it to, and it's gonna be chassis number 0. My wheel is not really connected, so we're not gonna see drive or whatever, but trust me, this is a different car from what it usually would be with chassis number 2. So check those things out. This is very easy. Anybody could do it. There's no mod required. The game was made that way, so you could test out any chassis on any track, just like NASCAR cars would be in real life. Okay, bye-bye this time. I'll say for now, stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna go through the engine profiles and talk more in detail about the engines and what they are and how they compile, so you could mess around with the settings and make your own engine and have 1000 horsepower or 5000 horsepower or whatever you want to do with those. I'll show you how to do it later on. For now, just soak in what I told you, practice swiping chassis back and forth, and try out the special chassis number 0. Trust me, babe, more on that one later. Stay tuned.